This is News 8 at 10.
Oh my God!
Another school victimized by senseless violence.
There are numerous fatalities. It's a horrific situation. It's just a horrible day for us.
A lone gunman preying on young, innocent lives.
Honestly, I'm still in shock. I don't know whether it'll hit me tonight or tomorrow. Like I said, to me, it still almost feels like a drill.
The death toll in Florida, heartbreaking.
An unbelievably catastrophic day in Broward County history. It's devastating. I'm sick to my stomach.
Tonight, the tearful reunions and the impact on parents and students around the nation and here in Connecticut. And we begin tonight with that breaking news, heartbreaking new details coming in about that mass shooting in a South Florida high school. This marking the 18th school shooting in America this year, and it is only February. Tonight, at least 17 are dead, 16 others in the hospital, at least 3 of those in critical condition. Students and staff sent running for their lives. An all too familiar scene now in modern day America. We have team coverage tonight on what is now the deadliest school shooting since Sandy Hook. Ann.
What a sad day. We're learning a lot in the last few hours. The suspected shooter, a 19-year-old former student at that Parkland, Florida high school. He had been expelled. He's in police custody and talking. Investigators say the shooting began outside before the suspected shooter made his way inside. Authorities say he set off the fire alarm to lure students out of their classrooms. Several of the victims are still unidentified.
We're keeping a close eye on the late-breaking developments out of New York City, the scene of that deadly terror attack.
There's a lot to tell you tonight about the investigation and the suspect in that case. First, a look at the scene tonight. There is still a heavy police presence in Lower Manhattan hours after terror gripped that city.
And that attack happened on a busy pedestrian and bike path very close to the World Trade Center right there in Lower Manhattan. It all unfolded around the time that children were getting out of school.
Car into the building reported on fire.
Terror and chaos erupting in Middletown.
A man in his 20s drove his vehicle into the walk-in entrance of Middlesex Hospital's emergency department on Crescent Street.
He clearly didn't care. He intentionally went in there to hurt people.
New tonight, the alarming aftermath. The suspect injured moments after that fiery crash. The scene captured on camera. Tonight, an in-depth look at the accused, plus what's next at the site where that drama unfolded. We began tonight with team coverage of this story that is not over yet. From the suspect's troubled criminal past to the chaos that unfolded today to the aftermath at Middlesex Hospital as staff in that community try to return to normal.
There is new video released this evening from the scene of that crash. Good evening, I'm Ann Nyberg.
I'm Darren Kramer. First responders caught on camera treating 27-year-old Stephen Elam on a stretcher today. These pictures moments after police say he crashed his car into Middlesex Hospital and then set himself on fire.
Now to the breaking news we've been following all day out of Miami.
How could this have happened? This was completely recently installed. This is just ridiculous.
Tragedy strikes South Florida once again. Tonight, 4 people are dead and 10 others are injured after a pedestrian bridge collapsed at Florida International University.
The bridge had only been put into place over the weekend, and now a community is just stunned. As we speak, emergency crews are digging through the rubble, trying to remove cars trapped beneath the cement. Search and rescue efforts continue into the night. 9 people were taken to the hospitals. It's still very early in the investigation to determine how and why this happened.
We are following breaking news tonight in stores. Chaos erupting on the campus of UConn. Outrage spilling out of control during a controversial speech. New at 10 tonight. Anger boiling over during that speech by a conservative commentator who was on campus tonight named Lucian Wintrich.
Earlier today, posted signs around campus advertising his appearance were torn down and defaced. The title of his speech tonight was "It's Okay to Be White."
We have team coverage tonight. Fast-moving developments in that deadly terror attack in New York City.
First, an update on the latest information from investigators. Investigators also say he specifically chose Halloween, knowing more people would be out and about, and wanted to kill as many people as he could.
We have team coverage tonight. News 8's George Colley in New York City. But we begin tonight with News 8's Ann Craig following the very latest updates in this investigation. Ann.
Well, Darren, investigators say it was clear that the suspect carried out this attack in the name of ISIS.
Yeah, we're going to get to those stories and more in a moment. We're going to begin with breaking news tonight. Glad you're with us, everybody. I'm Darren Kramer.
I'm Ann Nyberg, and Craig is off. Hartford police are on the scene of what they're calling a suspicious death as we speak. Police are investigating at a home on West Euclid Street. News 8's Bob Wilson is live on the scene with the news. Bob.
Yeah, you know, the call came in somewhere around 7 o'clock, 911 call. Detectives responded right now, and they went inside. They did find a woman who was deceased.
We're going to begin tonight, though, with that disaster in Texas, the aftermath of Hurricane Harvey, officially marking the most rain from any storm in recorded U.S. history. Tonight, officials say more than 13,000 people have been rescued from Houston and surrounding areas.
And just incredible images of those rescues still coming in.
The storm is already hitting Connecticut in the wallet. Gas prices have started to climb because a number of Texas oil refineries have been shut down by that big storm, and by tomorrow, those prices may be even higher.
This is News 8 at 11.
Inside the Las Vegas chaos, hotel guests frantic, unaware an evil mass murderer used a hotel room to unleash terror.
Get down! Get down! We ran, and we ran, and I still wasn't even sure if it was actually bullets until one of the times we paused, our friend was like, the guy next to us got shot.
A concert venue riddled with gunfire, helpless victims with nowhere to run. Tonight, the gun store owner shocked, and Connecticut mourns. Good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Ann Craig. An eerie calm hangs over Las Vegas tonight, a city stunned by a senseless act of violence. The massacre on the Las Vegas Strip left the nation stunned. Here in Connecticut, flags are flying at half-staff as we mourn the lives lost.
The numbers have been fluctuating, but here are the latest that we have tonight. The death toll stands now at 59. More than 500 people were wounded. Tens of thousands of people from Connecticut will head to work in New York City tomorrow morning, just like they did today and just like they do every day. They say they are not letting the terror affect their lives. Joe, we'll see in a minute. Thank you. We begin with team coverage tonight of what is shaping up to be a rough rest of the week. More freezing temperatures and a snowstorm, as you heard, headed for the northeast.
We want to make sure you're prepared for anything that comes our way. This blast of Arctic cold, among the coldest temperatures Connecticut has seen in decades.
And thousands gathering by candlelight tonight in Parkland, Florida, a vigil honoring the victims of yesterday's horrific mass shooting.
My job is to protect my children, and I send my kid to school.
Home is where the heart is, and yesterday my heart was broken. My home away from home was attacked brutally and tragically. I am here to show our strength and ability to rebound.
A somber new reality so many families coming to grips with now and finding strength there together tonight.
We are following every new detail of this developing story, the deadliest school shooting in our country since Sandy Hook.
Investigators still on the scene there. We have learned a lot tonight since News 8 at 6. Police say the suspected shooter has confessed. He's charged with 17 counts of premeditated murder. President Trump right now is finishing up his plans to visit the site of that tragic attack. And we have team coverage tonight, from new technology to prevent mass shootings in Connecticut to how you can save a person's life if you have to. But we're going to begin with the latest from South Florida. Here's ABC's Stephanie Rommel.
As Texas faces that long road to recovery, many people are looking for ways to donate. But experts warn this is a time that many scammers surface, and they're looking to make money off of someone else's misfortune.
Another free fall on Wall Street today as the market enters a full-blown correction now. 2 weeks ago, the Dow Jones was at an all-time record high. Today, for the second time in a week, the Dow plunged more than 1,000 points, falling now 10%. The look on the traders' faces today says it all. The big drop fueled by worries the market gained too much too quickly.
It's a sad day. It makes us feel much better, of course, to know that our fellow law enforcement from across the state and across the country are here to help us pay respects to TFC Miller.
Solidarity, sorrow, and profound respect. Connecticut State Trooper First Class Kevin Miller is laid to rest. An impressive show of solidarity filled Rensselaer Field in East Hartford today.
State troopers from around the country came together to honor Connecticut Trooper First Class Kevin Miller, who died in the line of duty.
Kevin Miller was a loving son, brother, spouse, father, uncle, friend, neighbor, United States Marine, and Connecticut State Trooper.
Shepherd me, O God, beyond my wants, beyond my fears.
Trooper Kevin Miller, you've made us proud, and the state of Connecticut and the Connecticut State Police, we're blessed to have you in our lives.
God, beyond my wants, beyond my fears.
Uniform personnel! Praise and hoops. May his soul be bound up in eternal life. The Lord is his portion. May he rest in peace.
All units, this is the final signal 31 for Connecticut State Police Trooper First Class Kevin Miller.
No matter the time zone, no matter the age, students far and wide coming together with a mission in mind. Good evening, I'm Ann Nyberg.
And I'm Brian Spiros. Darren is off tonight. 1 month to the day since the massacre in a South Florida high school. Thousands of students in Connecticut and across the country walked out of class pushing for change.
What do we want? Gun control! What do we want now? Hey, NRA! How many kids are killed today? Hey, hey, NRA! How many kids are killed today? We want change! We want change! We want change!
Students making their voices heard from the U.S. Capitol to the White House, coast to coast, and right here in Connecticut, some top Connecticut lawmakers at the front lines of the battle for gun control.
News 8 is your local election headquarters. The 2018 governor's race could get even more crowded now. New tonight, Ned Lamont, a familiar name in politics in the state, says he's thinking seriously about running for governor again. We begin tonight with breaking news we're following right now in New Haven. Flames shooting out of a multi-family home in the middle of a neighborhood in the Elm City.
This is on Pierpont Street in the Fairhaven section of the city. It's about a block away from Fairhaven School.
Glad you're here. We got some reported video from a witness on the scene. You can see the fire just raging there.
Let's get right to News 8's Mario Boone. He's live there with the latest. Mario.
Connecticut smacked with a powerful nor'easter. Norwalk to New London hit with at least a foot of snow. Tonight, the cleanup across the state.
Well, News 8 crews scoured Connecticut today for 15 and a half straight hours with one aim: to bring you weather conditions in your neighborhood.
It has been quite a day from Waterbury to Madison. News 8 tracked the storm throughout the state.
I'm Bob Wilson reporting live here in West Hartford. News 8.
All right, Bob, thank you. We'll check back in with Bob a little later on tonight.
Now, from West Hartford to Waterbury, that's where News 8's Mario Boone is live at our mobile weather lab. Mario, what are you seeing on the roads? Have they cleared up? Are they bad? What's the deal?
Well, listen, we're not alone with dealing with this storm and the aftermath. The big challenges in nearby states, too. This is what it looked like in parts of Massachusetts today. Big ice chunks floating around, floodwaters surging through some streets there, reaching a lot of homes, too. Well, tonight, a look at the sad reality of how bad the opioid crisis is in our state. A man goes to the hospital in Hartford, and tonight his girlfriend is facing charges. Police arrested 22-year-old Angelica Cernusky. Police say she visited her boyfriend in the emergency room and brought him heroin. The boyfriend, police say, injected himself in the ER and overdosed. Hospital staff gave him Narcan. He regained consciousness. He is listed in stable condition tonight. We are tracking 2 hurricanes tonight. Jose whirling just out of reach, safely out to sea for us tonight. And down south, Maria, a Category 5 with ferocious winds bearing down on Puerto Rico tonight.
Irma now barreling through the Caribbean, taking lives with it. And 2 more hurricanes causing new concerns. Good evening. I'm Ann Nyberg.
I'm Darren Kramer. Hurricane Irma has officially now sustained 185-mile-an-hour winds, longer than any hurricane on record in the Atlantic Ocean.
One Connecticut woman who left for what she thought would be a dream vacation is now stranded in the path of that powerful storm.
New tonight, neighbors in Milford afraid and uneasy. The city sending out a text alert tonight about some home break-ins, 16 of them in the past 2 months. Police say these brazen break-ins have been mostly happening in the early evening hours.
The suspected burglars are throwing large rocks through windows to get inside the homes.
On camera, Connecticut State Troopers in the right place at the right time along I-84 yesterday, and their quick response may have saved a driver's life. News 8's LaSalle Blanks has their story.
Thank you, Fred. A long day for everybody involved in this big storm, and now it's time to dig out.
Yeah, folks are cleaning up across the state tonight, and we got a lot of new information tonight about travel and road conditions. Just a couple of hours ago, Governor Malloy announced that state offices will be open on time tomorrow. All right, Joe, we'll see in a moment. Happening now, this major winter storm, as Joe showed you, stretching all the way down the east coast of Florida. Roads frozen, people even dealing with snow down in Tallahassee, Florida. Yeah, some people making the most of the snow-covered roads in South Carolina. That may look like fun, but this major nor'easter is going to bring some trouble all across the Northeast, and we have you covered.
Millions are in the path of this storm, set to bring dangerous conditions to our state, from powerful winds expected to knock out power to life-threatening conditions on the roads.
Yeah, we have team coverage for you tonight. We're going to begin with News 8's Bob Wilson live in Hartford with how the state has prepared now to manage transportation challenges in this storm. Bob. New developments now out of Waterbury, scene of a police chase that ended in a deadly crash.
A 3-year-old child has been killed and 3 others are injured. It happened this afternoon on East and West Liberty Streets. 4 pedestrians were hit, including that child. News 8's Bob Wilson has been following the developments. He joins us now live from Waterbury. Bob.
We got a News 8 exclusive for you tonight. The brother of a New Haven man shot and killed this week is opening up to News 8 about his loss. The body of 37-year-old Alan Robinson Jr. was found in the middle of a road in Woodbridge on Wednesday. News 8's Mario Boone spoke with his younger brother tonight and has this emotional exclusive. Mario.
Yeah, Michael Robinson told me he has no idea who murdered his big brother, and he said his entire family is devastated.
Take a live look at the Senate floor at the Capitol tonight. A midnight shutdown is looming. One of the biggest spending bills in nearly a decade right now does have bipartisan support in the Senate.
But that doesn't mean the government will be up and running tomorrow. It's going to be a late night.
North Korea has done it again, firing off another ballistic missile. President Trump promising, quote, "We will take care of it." We got more on that breaking news we're following at UConn tonight. Chaos after a controversial speech. The right-wing commentator who was speaking arrested and police swarming to keep control. We'll take you there coming up in just a minute.
There's more on the opioid crisis. Some people who truly need those drugs are having a hard time getting them, especially seniors.
Also, another woman is suing fallen Hollywood mogul Harvey Weinstein, saying he sexually assaulted her.
Coming up tonight at 11, we all love our smartphones, right? But there's new evidence now that they're hurting our kids. A look at those dangers tonight at 11.
And do you bring your phone or your tablet to bed with you? They might be robbing your sleep. We have some advice that could have you catching more Z's.
I will get the job done, and I will not stop until it is accomplished.
And get ready, Connecticut. There is a new kid governor. You'll meet her when we come back.
Coming up next, right here on News 8 at 11, we're going to take a look at how the state fared during the storm, and we'll get the latest update tonight from Governor Malloy.
Also, the whole tri-state area hammered by this January nor'easter. We're going to take a closer look at things in New York and New Jersey coming up.
And it wasn't just snow in Boston. Parts of the city under icy water. We'll have more on that when we come back in less than 2 minutes.
No day off for trainers at Mystic Aquarium. They spent the day caring for the animals there.
Yeah, the whales and seals seem to love a good snow day. Caught on camera today, one of our own producers, Micah Bailey, who's producing this show, getting stuck in the snow on the way to our studios today, only to be helped by some good Samaritans. Look at this. They pulled right over to help. News 8's Ann Craig caught it all on her cell phone.